Okay, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to 15 Minutes with You. This is the segment where I review all of the new titles on the Melusine site. So we have three titles to go over today. We're going to be going over the May titles. They didn't put anything out for June, and I have the July titles, so I'll be doing that hopefully by the next episode. So then we'll be current, finally. That'll be nice. Okay, let me start with my hot take first. So the first one is Naked Came the Stranger. This is the Melusine proper title. So the Melusine line itself has been a hit rate of about 100% for me so far, and I kind of thought I would just collect the whole line, but this is their first miss for me, unfortunately, and I'll probably be selling this. So I guess I won't feel any pressure to keep a complete line if I'm getting rid of this one, right? So I think that the backstory behind this is actually way more interesting than the movie itself. It's essentially based off of, and by the way, I'm getting most of this information, all of it actually, from the audio commentary and the essay, both done by Ashley West of the Rialto Report, consistently my North Star in terms of information on this sort of thing. But essentially, this was based off of a book that was written at the height of like sort of pornographic novels being sort of popularized and taken seriously and what have you. And there was a author who was like fucking not about it. It was just like, this shit sucks. I hate all of it. It's time to expose you people for liking trash. And he basically commissioned like 15 of his favorite contemporary writers to produce a chapter based on like one shared premise. And he wanted it to be as bad as possible. And then he wanted to release it under a female pseudonym. Um, and then I guess the idea would be that people would say it's good. And then you could be like, haha, got you, dish. Um, that's what happened. It was really popular and people liked it. And then, he was like, got you, I was right. But then it didn't really, I guess, have the intended effect because there were many copycat novels and Naked Came the Blank became a sort of formula for a winning dirty book, right? Or a popular dirty book. And the guy even wrote a book about his experience doing this. So, it was a hoax where I guess everybody got to profit and coast off of this, right? And then, of course, the film adaptation was inevitable. It's apparently not super close to the book, but yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty standard premise where this woman finds out that her husband is cheating, and so she goes on a cheating spree of her own. That's kind of it. Yeah, I watched this with a friend of mine. We've watched these types of movies before, and I was like, oh, I'm excited about this one. This should be a really good one. This is Radley Metzger. This is a Melusine release. Like, all signs are pointing to this one being a fucking banger, right? Um, we watched it and I just didn't like it. I didn't think it was very good. I just gotta be honest about that. Like, I think it's interesting. I think it does interesting things. I think it takes big swings. There's two scenes in particular that are noteworthy, I think. There's one where a London-style double-decker bus is driving around Manhattan, and there's like a sex scene on the top floor level of that bus. And they really shot that driving around and shit. So that's a cool scene. And then there's one where there's a whole section that is shot like a silent film, complete with title cards and everything else. So, but I don't know. I gotta be honest. I think the script is bad. Like I think the cinematography and everything is fine, but I just found it to be kind of grating. To be honest, there's this one character in particular that calls herself Little Love Bunny and calls her lover Big Love Bunny, and they do it constantly, and it really got on my nerves, like, halfway through the first scene, and there's, like, 3 scenes of them doing this. Yeah, it's rough. Um, I don't really remember what else bothered me about it, to be honest, but, what else about it bothered me, but, like, I don't know, I just didn't get anything out of it. I just didn't think it was very good, and, I've liked all of Radley Metzger's other films that I've seen so far, so it was really disappointing, but this is not where I would recommend anyone start with this genre or this label or this director, but I've heard nothing but good things about it from other people, so I really am just on an island with this one, and I'm not really sure what the disconnect is, but in any case, it is what it is. Not my favorite, but what can you do? the release itself is good, as it usually is. The booklet in particular is excellent. So I don't imagine. Let me double check. Mm, I mean, it's a liner note booklet, so you actually might get it with the standard edition. And so, wow. Okay, actually, you know what? The standard edition is only $5 cheaper. I thought it'd be more than that with the amount of packaging that's on this thing. I gotta say, as good as the Melusine packaging is in terms of its aesthetic, it's not particularly functional. You have to get through like 4 layers to get to the actual disc. But yeah, they're cool looking. So I don't know. I guess let me know if anybody has a standard edition, if it comes with a booklet, because that's really the reason to have this, in my opinion. It's really just excellent. Speaking of great booklets, next is a Quality X release. This is A Girl's Best Friend. So this one actually has really beautiful slipcover artwork, and I was just like looking at it before I watched it, and I was like, I like, even if I don't really love this, I'm gonna keep this because this artwork is so good. But I don't know. Honestly, I watched it, and here's another one that I just didn't super get into. Like, I liked this one better, but I don't know. I just thought it was kind of boring. I didn't think there was much going on with it. And really, the best thing about it is how it looks. Also, it's highly incestuous, so there's that too. That could either be a positive or a negative, depending on who you ask, but it is noteworthy. But it looks gorgeous. I'll say that. Like, it's shot in this really soft focus. Sort of lighting and color grade and the cinematography. It really is like highly professional and really beautiful. The story is just kind of about a jewel heist sort of deal. But it's kind of hard to follow in my opinion, and like the sex scenes are kind of sloppily inserted, no pun intended. I don't know. I didn't find the narrative to be very compelling or easy to follow. And oh, there's also God, like I guess these releases are just doing things sexually that I find repulsive. So that actually does affect my enjoyment of the films, right? There's a scene where the guy is really into food, and so they're like eating while they're having sex. It's so gross to me. Like I find it so repulsive, and it was really, it went on for a while, and they were really utilizing it. They weren't like kind of, ooh, I'm really into food. Let me put some whipped cream on your nipples, or like, let's do this like with food around, or like, I'll just like eat and then we'll have sex. It's like, no, 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 this dude is fucking eating like in between, like he's like eating pussy and then he's eating food and then he's like making it. It's so gross to me. But that's a personal thing. I will say the audio commentary is fine. I think you can probably skip it. Um, and instead just read the booklet, because a lot of the audio commentary is repeated information from the booklet. I mean, the commentary is good too, and if you're really into this movie, you'll probably want to do both. But Glenn Kenny is who does the audio commentary and the booklet, and he worked as a PA on this film actually. And what else? Yeah, he's like a respected film critic. He works for like the New York Times and shit. He's got his own Wikipedia article, and he was doing this back in the day, which is pretty cool, I think. It's really good. It's really well written. It's really funny, and it's insightful. So I don't know. I don't not recommend this. It just didn't do a ton for me, and I'm probably gonna pass this one along as well. But I don't know. I am looking at this artwork, and it really is gorgeous. It's just very classy looking, and it is kind of a classy affair, as far as these things go. Okay, and the last one is the Picarama triple feature. These are 3 features from director Bob Chin. We've got Hot and Saucy Pizza Girls, Hot Legs, and California Gigolo. Let's start with the A feature and the clear winner here. Hot and Saucy Pizza Girls is a banger. Essentially, this is a film about a pizza restaurant where the toppings that you order correlate to the sex acts that you want, and then the delivery girl shows up and delivers your order, essentially, right? You can also order a sausage pizza, and then one of the male staff will show up, so that's fun. It's really fun. It's very like narrative heavy, and like it does a good job in being funny and interesting, and just a good time. I think that this is a fun one to watch with friends if you have friends that are cool like that. I did watch this with a friend of mine, and we had a lot of fun with it. And actually, at the end, I told them about the shirt that they printed of this, and they're like, "I kind of want that shirt." So might be passing along a shirt at some point here. But yeah, this one's a blast. I really enjoy it. Um, it's also kind of just insane. There is a character entitled the Chicken Rapist, and that's really all I'm going to say about that. If that is enough to be like, okay, I'm out with this, that's fair. It is, in fact, what it sounds like. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. He doesn't rape chickens. Okay, it's a guy who's dressed like a chicken who is raping people. Um, and it is like played for laughs. So, like, that's not super great, and that could be particularly upsetting for some people. So I guess there's your trigger warning, and like, if that doesn't sound, if that sounds a bit tasteless to you, then fair enough. Uh, but I enjoyed this a lot. So um, I'm honestly surprised that this didn't get like a full treatment, like a full Melusine release or like a 4K Picorama thing. But no, it's tucked in a triple feature, so it is what it is. Okay, Hot Lights. This is pretty light on actual plot, but it's essentially about a business that is creating this like new type of like lingerie, like tights that you can kind of wear out in public such that you could hike up your skirt and it would be fine. I guess is the idea. We're showing off the legs, I guess, is the idea there. And so it's just kind of like, I guess, following along with the staff of this agency or whatever. So like there's not a lot going on plot wise, but man, this one looks the best out of all of them. Like the cinematography of this is stunning. Like the lighting and the sets, the colors, it's just beautiful. And it's just like it's just so fun to watch, even if nothing's really happening. So that's really all I have to say about that. Like I just think it's great. And it's a very easy watch. I don't know, a lot of craft going on here that I really appreciate. And then the final one is California Gigolo. I believe all of these, maybe not the second one. I was going to say they all star John Holmes, but I think Hot Licks might not. Okay, California Gigolo. It's what it sounds like. It's about a guy who is a gigolo and just goes to his various appointments. There's some fun scenarios that play out here. He's like a window cleaner at one point, and this is the one that I maybe likes the least out of the three of them, but it is still a fun watch. And I think this might be the strongest triple feature of the Picorama ones that I've watched so far. So I really enjoyed this. I think you should give it a go. This is probably a pretty good starter pack for this sort of thing. If you're looking for an entryway, as it were, I think it's worth it just for the first one, honestly, to get 3 movies on this. As usual, there's no special features, but that's okay. Again, I am a little surprised that Pizza Girls didn't get its own release with special features and everything, but it got a shirt, so, there's clearly love for this title. A quick anecdote. This is my second time technically seeing this movie. The first time I watched it was with somebody I was seeing at the time, and we started having sex like 15 minutes into it, and so it was just kind of on, and I was kind of taking it in very not focused. And for what I could see, I was like, it doesn't seem like much happens in this movie. This is like kind of not that good. So I'm glad I was wrong. Watching it, it actually is pretty plot heavy and a good time all around. So, okay, I'm looking at my timer, and before editing, I've hit my 15-minute mark. So I'll just have to bid you all adieu and see you on the next one on 15 Minutes with You. That sounded really cheesy because it rhymed, but cheesy. Like pizza. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Thanks, y'all. I'll see you next time.